First contact. The salvage ship Stardust drifted silently through the inky void of deep space, its hull scarred by countless impacts from space debris. Inside the cramped bridge, Captain Zara Chen squinted at the sensor readouts, her dark eyes reflecting the soft blue glow of the holographic displays. "Another bust," she muttered, running a hand through her short, spiky hair. "I swear, if we don't find something valuable soon, we'll be salvaging our own shit for parts." Her first officer, a burly man named Dmitri, chuckled from his station. "Patience, Captain. The big score is out there. We just need tow." A shrill alarm cut him off, red warning lights bathing the bridge in an ominous glow. Zora's fingers flew across her console, bringing up a magnified view of their surroundings. "Holy shit," she breathed, leaning forward in her seat. "Are you seeing this, Dmitri?" Floating before them was a ship unlike anything Zara had ever encountered. Its hull seemed to shimmer and shift, as if struggling to maintain cohesion in normal space. Tendrils of energy crackled along its surface, and great rents in its structure revealed glimpses of an alien interior. "It's not in any of our databases," Dmitri reported, his voice tight with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. "Definitely not human design. And those energy readings, Captain, whatever that thing is, it's putting out enough power to run a small colony." Zara's mind raced. This was it, the big score they'd been chasing for years. Alien technology, right for the taking. But something about the ship's erratic movements gave her pause. "Life signs?" she asked, not taking her eyes off the strange vessel. Dmitri frowned at his readouts. "1. Faint, but definitely there. Probably in some kind of stasis." Zara drummed her fingers on the armrest of her chair, weighing their options. Salvage laws were clear. A ship with survivors aboard wasn't fair game, but the potential payoff. "Suit up," she decided, pushing herself out of her chair. "We're going to take a closer look." 20 minutes later, Zara found herself floating through the alien ship's cavernous interior, Dmitri at her side. Their helmet lights cut through the gloom, revealing glimpses of impossibly advanced technology. "This stuff could revolutionize human spaceflight," Dmitri whispered over the comm, his voice filled with awe. "We'd never have to worry about fuel or life support again." Zara nodded, but her attention was fixed on the pulsing energy signature ahead. As they rounded a corner, they found themselves facing what could only be the ship's bridge and its sole occupant. A slender, vaguely humanoid figure was slumped over a console, its silvery skin marred by angry red lesions. As Zara approached, the alien's head snapped up, revealing eyes that seemed to swirl with galaxies. "Help," it gasped, its voice somehow bypassing their comms and resonating directly in their minds. "Please, I beg you." Zara's heart pounded in her chest. First contact. This was so far beyond salvage operations it wasn't even funny. She should call this in, let the proper authorities handle it. But one look at the alien's pleading eyes, and she knew she couldn't abandon it. "We've got you," she said, reaching out to support the alien's frail form. "Can you understand me?" The alien nodded weakly. "I am Lyria. My people, hunted. This ship, last hope. But damaged. Cannot maintain." As if to punctuate Lyria's words, the ship around them groaned ominously. Zara's suit sensors blared warnings of imminent structural collapse. "We need to move now," Dmitri shouted, already backing towards the airlock. Zara made a split-second decision. "We're taking her with us. Dmitri, help me." Together, they half-carried, half-dragged Lyria through the disintegrating alien vessel. They barely made it back to the Stardust before Lyria's ship imploded in a silent, brilliant flash of light. As the Stardust's airlock cycled, Zara removed her helmet and stared at that unexpected passenger. Lyria's eyes were closed, her breathing shallow. "Med Bay," Zara ordered, her voice leaving no room for argument. "And not a word of this to anyone outside the crew." "Understood." Dmitri nodded gravely. "Aye, Captain. But what have we gotten ourselves into?" Zara wished she had an answer. As they carried Lyria deeper into the ship, she couldn't shake the feeling that they'd just crossed a line, one that would change the course of human history forever. In the med bay, Dr. Imani Okoro, the ship's physician and xenobiologist, worked frantically to stabilize Lyria. Her dark hands moved with practiced precision as she administered a cocktail of broad-spectrum antibiotics and nutrient solutions. Fascinating, Imani murmured, studying the readouts on her medical scanner. Her cellular structure is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's almost as if, Captain, you need to see this. Zara leaned in, her eyes widening as she watched Lyria's skin ripple and shift, taking on a texture that perfectly matched the med bay's sterile white surfaces. Some kind of adaptive camouflage, Zara wondered aloud. Imani shook her head. More than that. Her entire physiological makeup is altering at the molecular level. It's as if her body is trying to harmonize with her surroundings. A groan from the examination table cut their discussion short. Lyria's eyes fluttered open, those mesmerizing galactic irises focusing on Zara. Where? Lyria's mental voice was stronger now, tinged with confusion and fear. You're safe, Zara assured her, trying to project calm she didn't entirely feel. You're aboard my ship, the Stardust. I'm Captain Zara Chen. Can you tell us what happened to you? Lyria's form shimmered, briefly taking on a more human-like appearance before settling back into her original shape. Pursued, she said, her mental voice heavy with exhaustion and sorrow. My people, the Aetheri, we are hunted. Our ability to manipulate matter and energy, others seek to exploit it, to weaponize us. Zara exchanged a glance with Imani. The implications were staggering. A species with the power to alter reality itself. No wonder they were being hunted. Who's after you? Dmitri asked from his position by the door, his hand resting unconsciously on his sidearm. Lyria's form rippled again, this time taking on a darker hue that seemed to absorb the light around her. The Void Collective, she answered, her mental voice filled with dread. A coalition of species bent on galactic domination. They believe that by harnessing our abilities, they can reshape the universe to their will. Zara's mind raced. They were in way over their heads. This wasn't some simple salvage operation anymore. They were now caught in the middle of an interstellar conflict. We need to contact Earth, Dmitri said, voicing the thought Zara had been trying to suppress. The authorities need to know about this. But Lyria's reaction was immediate and visceral. Her form lost all cohesion, becoming a roiling mass of energy that set every alarm in the med bay blaring. No. Her mental voice boomed in their heads, filled with panic. Please, if you alert your people, the Void Collective will find me. They have spies everywhere. I beg you, grant me asylum. Hide me until I can recover my strength. Zara held up her hands in what she hoped was a calming gesture. Easy, Lyria. We're not going to turn you in. But you have to understand our position. We're just a salvage crew. We're not equipped to handle whatever this is. Lyria's form slowly solidified, taking on an appearance that was an uncanny blend of her original form and Zara's own features. It was as if she was unconsciously trying to mimic the person she saw as her protector. I can help you, Lyria said, her voice taking on a hint of desperation. My abilities, they can be of use to you. I can enhance your ship, improve your technology. Please just give me a chance to prove my worth. Zara looked at her crew. Imani's eyes were alight with scientific curiosity, while Dmitri's face was a mask of concern. She knew that harboring Lyria was dangerous, potentially even treasonous. But the thought of turning her over to face whatever horrors the Void Collective had in store. All right, Zara said finally, her voice firm. You can stay, for now. But at the first sign of trouble, we're going to have to re-evaluate this arrangement. Clear. Lyria's relief was palpable, her form settling into a more stable configuration. Thank you, Captain. I swear you won't regret this. As if on cue, the ship's proximity alarm began to wail. Dmitri rushed to a nearby console, his face paling as he read the display. "Captain," he said, his voice tight. "We've got company. 3 ships just dropped out of FTL. They're hailing us and demanding we hand over our alien contraband." Zara's blood ran cold. She looked at Lyria, whose form was once again rippling with anxiety. "They're here," Lyria whispered, her mental voice filled with terror. "The Void Collective has found me." Zara's mind raced, weighing their options. They were outgunned and outmatched. But something in her refused to simply give up. "Dmitri, get to the bridge. Prepare for emergency maneuvers. Imani, stay with Lyria. Try to keep her calm." Zara's voice was steady, belying the fear churning in her gut. "We're not handing anyone over without a fight." As she strode towards the bridge, Zara couldn't help but wonder if she'd just signed her crew's death warrant. But looking back at Lyria's grateful, terrified eyes, she knew she'd made the only choice she could live with. The real test of humanity's place in the galaxy was about to begin. Quantum entanglement of fates. The Stardust's engines rolled to life, pushing the salvage ship to its limits as it fled from the pursuing Void Collective vessels. Captain Zara Chen's hands danced over the controls, her years of experience navigating treacherous asteroid fields now put to the ultimate test. "Dmitri, status on our pursuers." Zara barked, her eyes never leaving the swirling chaos of space before them. 3 quantum dreadnoughts, Captain, Dmitri reported, his voice tight with tension. "They're using some kind of subspace tractor beams. Our conventional engines can't outrun them for long." Zara cursed under her breath. This was technology far beyond anything humanity had developed. She keyed the ship's intercom. "Imani, how's our guest doing?" Dr. Okoro's voice crackled through the speakers. "Lyria's stable, but agitated. Captain, you need to see this. Her body it's interfacing with our systems somehow." Before Zara could respond, the ship lurched violently. Warning klaxons blared as red emergency lights bathed the bridge in an eerie glow. "We've lost engine power," Dmitri shouted, frantically working his console. "It's like something's rewiring our entire propulsion system from the inside out." Zara's mind raced. Had they made a terrible mistake in trusting Lyria? But as quickly as the fear arose, it was replaced by awe. The ship's displays flickered, then came alive with an array of incomprehensible data streams and pulsing energy signatures. Lyria's mental voice resonated through the ship, bypassing their comm systems entirely. "Captain, I've temporarily merged with your vessel's systems. Please, trust me. I can get us out of this, but I need your help." Zara hesitated for only a moment before making her decision. "What do you need us to do?" "Your ship's power core," Lyria explained, her voice tinged with urgency. "It's primitive, but I can use it to generate a localized quantum field. We can ride the resulting probability wave to safety, but I need you to manually modulate the core's output." Zara nodded, even though Lyria couldn't see her. "Dmitri, you heard her. Get down to engineering and be ready to make adjustments on my mark." As Dmitri raced from the bridge, Zara turned to the main view screen. The Void Collective ships loomed ever closer, tendrils of dark energy reaching out to ensnare the Stardust. "Lyria, whatever you're going to do it fast." The alien's response was immediate. The ship hummed with newfound energy, and the displays before Zara erupted into a dizzying array of quantum calculations and probability matrices. "Now, Captain," Lyria's mental voice boomed. "Tell Dmitri to inverse the core's polarity and channel all power to the forward shields." Zara relayed the instructions, her heart pounding in her chest. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, reality itself appeared to fracture around them. The space before the Stardust rippled and tore, revealing glimpses of countless parallel universes. Zara gasped as she saw infinite versions of herself, of her crew, of paths not taken and choices unmade. "Brace for quantum tunneling," Lyria warned. The ship plunged into the rift, and Zara's world dissolved into a kaleidoscope of possibilities. She saw versions of herself as an admiral in Earth's navy, as a colonist on distant worlds, even as a member of the Void Collective. The multiverse itself seemed to pour through her consciousness, threatening to overwhelm her sense of self. Just when Zara thought she couldn't bear another moment, reality snapped back into focus. The Stardust emerged from the quantum rift, now light years away from their pursuers. As the crew caught their breath, marveling at their impossible escape, Lyria's form materialized on the bridge. Her body shimmered with residual energy, and her eyes swirled with the knowledge of 1,000 universes. "Thank you for trusting me," Lyria said, her mental voice filled with gratitude. "But I'm afraid our troubles are far from over." Zara raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" Lyria's form shifted, taking on a more solid appearance. "The quantum jump has changed things. In our journey through the multiverse, we've become entangled with a version of events that could reshape the entire galaxy." Before Zara could ask for clarification, the ship's long-range sensors pinged. Dimitri, who had just returned to the bridge, frowned at his console. "Captain, you're not going to believe this. We're picking up a massive energy signature. It's like nothing I've ever seen before." Lyria nodded gravely. "The Nexus key. In this timeline, it wasn't destroyed as it was in my original reality. If the Void Collective gets their hands on it, they'll have the power to collapse all possible futures into a single timeline of their choosing." Zara's mind reeled at the implications. "So what you're saying is, the fate of not just our universe, but all possible universes now rests in our hands," Lyria confirmed. The weight of this revelation settled over the bridge like a heavy shroud. Zara looked at her crew, seeing the same mix of fear and determination in their eyes that she felt in her heart. "Well," Zara said, a wry smile tugging at the corner of her mouth, "I guess we've officially graduated from salvage operations to saving the multiverse. Dimitri, set a course for that energy signature. Imani, I want you working with Lyria to figure out exactly what this Nexus key is and how we can use it." As the crew sprang into action, Zara couldn't help but marvel at the turn their lives had taken. They had started this journey as simple salvagers, and now they stood at the crossroads of all reality. "Captain," Lyria said softly, her form shimming with barely contained energy, "there's something else you should know. The quantum jump, it didn't just move us through space. We've traveled nearly a century into the future." Zara's blood ran cold. "What?" Lyria nodded solemnly. "The Earth you knew, the human civilization you were part of, it's gone. Changed beyond recognition by the very forces we now face." The implications hit Zara like a physical blow. Everything and everyone they had ever known was now lost to the relentless march of time. They were alone, adrift in a future they never asked for, facing an enemy beyond their comprehension. But as Zara looked at her crew, at Dimitri's unwavering loyalty, Imani's boundless curiosity, and Lyria's desperate hope, she felt a fierce determination well up within her. "Well then," Zara said, her voice steady despite the turmoil in her heart, "I guess we'll just have to make this new future a better one. For Earth, for the Aetheri, and for every sentient being caught in the Void Collective's crosshairs." As the Stardust surged forward, its motley crew of humans and a dimension-hopping alien united in purpose, Zara couldn't help but feel a glimmer of hope. They were outgunned, out of their depth, and a century removed from everything they knew. But they had something the Void Collective could never understand: the indomitable human spirit, tempered by compassion and strengthened by diversity. The battle for the multiverse had begun, and humanity's first champions were a ragtag group of salvagers who had found their true purpose among the stars. Little did they know, their quantum-entangled journey had set in motion events that would echo across time and space, forever altering the cosmic balance between order and chaos, creation and destruction. As the Stardust raced towards its destiny, the very fabric of reality held its breath, waiting to see if this unlikely band of heroes could reshape the future of all possible worlds. Chronosynergistic revolution. The Stardust hurtled through the vast expanse of space, its systems humming with a fusion of human ingenuity and ethereal technology. Captain Zara Chen stood at the helm, her eyes fixed on the swirling vortex of energy that marked their destination, the Nexus Key. "Chronometric readings are off the charts, Captain," Dmitri reported, his voice tinged with awe. "Whatever that thing is, it's warping time itself around it." Zara nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. "Lyria, what exactly are we dealing with here?" The Ethere's form shimmered into view, her body now a mesmerizing blend of light and shadow. "The Nexus Key is a cosmic fulcrum, Captain, a point where all timelines converge and diverge. In the wrong hands, it could be used to prune the multiverse, erasing entire realities from existence." Dr. Imani Okoro, who had been quietly analyzing data at her station, suddenly gasped. "Captain, you need to see this. I've been running simulations based on Lyria's quantum algorithms, and, well, look." The main view screen flickered to life, displaying a mind-bending visualization of intersecting timelines and probability waves. At the center of it all was a pulsing node of pure energy, the Nexus Key. "If my calculations are correct," Imani explained, her voice filled with equal parts excitement and trepidation, "the Nexus Key isn't just a weapon or a tool. It's a seed." "A seed?" Zara echoed, her brow furrowed in confusion. Lyria's form rippled with understanding. "Of course, the Ethereal legends spoke of this, but I never believed. Captain, the Nexus Key is the embryonic form of an entirely new universe." The implications hit Zara like a physical blow. They weren't just fighting to save existing realities, they were guardians of an unborn cosmos. Before she could fully process this revelation, the ship's proximity alarms blared to life. Dmitri's hands flew over his console, his face pale with shock. "Multiple hostiles incoming," he shouted. It's an entire armada. Void collective ships, but also, Captain, I'm reading human signatures among them." Zara's blood ran cold. Impossible. How could humans be working with the Void collective? Lyria's form darkened, her voice heavy with regret. "The future we've jumped to. The Void collective must have succeeded in subjugating Earth. Those ships are crewed by your own people, Captain, enslaved and twisted to serve the collective's will." For a moment, the weight of this knowledge threatened to crush Zara's spirit. But then, a fierce determination took hold. These weren't just her people, they were victims in need of liberation. "All right, listen up," Zara commanded, her voice ringing with authority. "We're outnumbered and outgunned, but we have something they don't: true free will and a cause worth fighting for. Dmitri, initiate the Chrono Shield protocols we developed. Imani, I need you to work with Lyria on weaponizing our quantum field generator. We're not just going to defend the Nexus Key, we're going to use it to free those ships from Void collective control." As the crew sprang into action, the space around the Stardust erupted into chaos. Void collective ships unleashed a barrage of chronoton torpedoes and null space beams, their attacks distorting the very fabric of reality. But the Stardust, empowered by Lyria's ethereal enhancements, danced through the onslaught. Its chrono shield flickered and pulsed, facing the ship in and out of temporal sync to avoid direct hits. "Quantum field generator at maximum capacity," Imani shouted over the din of battle. "Ready to initiate the temporal liberation wave on your mark, Captain." Zara took a deep breath, steeling herself for what came next. "Lyria, I need you to interface directly with the Nexus Key. Guide our attack to unravel the Void Collective's control without harming the crews." Lyria's form began to glow with an otherworldly light. "I understand, Captain, but you should know, merging with the Nexus Key at this level, it may fundamentally alter my existence. I may not survive the process as I am now." For a moment, Zara hesitated, but seeing the resolve in Lyria's swirling, galactic eyes, she knew there was no other choice. "Do it." What happened next defied description. Lyria's form exploded into a dazzling array of light and energy, merging with the ship's systems and reaching out across space to touch the Nexus key. The viewscreen erupted into a kaleidoscope of possibilities, showing glimpses of countless realities and timelines. "Now, Captain," Lyria's voice echoed, seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Initiate the wave." Zara slammed her hand down on the control panel. "Temporal liberation wave, engage." A pulse of pure chronosynergistic energy burst forth from the stardust, rippling across space-time. As it washed over the Void Collective fleet, ships began to flicker and change. The dark, oppressive designs melted away, revealing the original human vessels beneath. On the comms, confused and disoriented voices began to break through. Human voices, free from Void Collective control for the first time in a century. But the victory was short-lived. As the wave dissipated, a massive Void Collective dreadnought emerged from the shadows of a nearby gas giant. Its hull crackled with malevolent energy, and at its core pulsed a perversion of Aetheri technology. "Zara Chen," a booming voice echoed across all frequencies. "I am High Commander Vox of the Void Collective. Your interference ends now. Surrender the Nexus key, or watch as we unmake your entire species from the cosmic tapestry." Zara's mind raced, searching for a solution. They were out of options, out of tricks, and out of time. But then she felt a familiar presence in her mind. "Captain," Lyria's voice whispered, now imbued with the infinite knowledge of the Nexus key. "There is a way, but it will require a sacrifice." As Lyria explained her plan, Zara felt a mix of hope and heartbreak. It was audacious, impossible, and their only chance at victory. "Attention, all ships," Zara broadcast, her voice steady despite the turmoil in her heart. "This is Captain Zara Chen of the Stardust. In moments, you'll have a choice to make. A choice that will determine the fate of not just humanity, but of all possible realities. Stand with us now, against the Void Collective, and help us forge a future where all sentient beings are free to chart their own course through the cosmos." As she spoke, the stardust began to glow with an impossible light. Lyria's consciousness, now one with the Nexus key, poured into the ship's systems. Reality itself seemed to bend and warp around them. "Brace for cosmic regenesis," Zara shouted, as the universe itself held its breath. In that moment, suspended between heartbeats, the fate of all existence hung in the balance. The Stardust, a simple salvage ship turned cosmic linchpin, prepared to rewrite the very laws of reality. And as the blinding light of creation engulfed them all, Zara closed her eyes and hoped that whatever new universe emerged from this crucible of possibility, it would be one where the indomitable spirit of humanity could flourish among the stars. The cosmic regenesis had begun, and with it, the dawn of a new age of untold wonders and challenges. An age where humanity would take its first true steps into a larger, infinitely more complex universe. Quantum harmonic convergence. The blinding light of the cosmic regenesis faded, leaving Captain Zara Chen and her crew suspended in a realm beyond space and time. The stardust floated in a sea of swerving cosmic energies, its hull now pulsing with ethereal patterns that defied comprehension. "Status report," Zara called out, her voice echoing strangely in the altered reality around them. Dmitri's fingers danced over his console, which now seemed to be composed of pure light. "Captain, I don't even know how to describe this. We're everywhere and nowhere at once. The ship's systems are registering multiple layers of reality simultaneously." Dr. Imani Okoro's eyes were wide with wonder as she studied her readouts. "It's as if we've become quantum observers on a cosmic scale. We're existing in a state of superposition across all possible timelines." Zara took a deep breath, centering herself amidst the chaos of infinite possibility. "And Lyria?" The Nexus key. As if in response to her question, a shimmering form coalesced before them. It was Lyria, but not as they had known her. Her body was now a living constellation, each point of light representing a different possible future. "I am here, Captain." Lyria's voice resonated through their minds, carrying with it echoes of countless realities. And I am everywhere. The nexus key and I have become one, a cosmic tuning fork vibrating with the frequency of creation itself. Zara nodded, a plan already forming in her mind. Then we have a chance. Lyria, can you locate the Void Collective in this quantum soup we're floating in? Lyria's form pulsed with acknowledgement. They are here, fragmented across multiple probability strands. But be warned, Captain, in this realm of pure potential, thought and reality are one. The Void Collective's desire for domination could manifest in dangerous ways. As if summoned by Lyria's warning, the swirling energies around them began to coalesce into monstrous shapes. Tendrils of dark matter reached out, trying to ensnare the Stardust and its crew. "Quantum harmonic shields, now," Zara commanded. Dmitri's hands flew over his console, and the ship hummed with a new form of energy. The dark tendrils recoiled as if burned, unable to penetrate the Stardust's defenses. "It worked," Imani exclaimed. "We're generating a localized field of stable reality within this quantum flux." Zara allowed herself a small smile. "Good. Now, let's take the fight to them. Lyria, you said thought and reality are one here. So let's give our crew something to believe in. Project our memories, our hopes for a free universe, into this quantum space." Lyria's form brightened with understanding. A psycho-quantum resonance cascade. "Brilliant, Captain." The air around them shimmered as images began to form. Zara saw her childhood on Earth, her first steps into space. Dmitri's memories of his family, his dreams of exploring the cosmos. Imani's passion for discovery, her belief in the power of science to unite all sentient beings. These visions of hope and unity spread outward, a wave of positive energy washing over the quantum realm. Where it touched the dark manifestations of the Void Collective, they began to dissolve, unable to maintain their existence in the face of such pure, collaborative will. But the Void Collective wasn't going down without a fight. A booming voice echoed through the quantum ether, dripping with malice. "Foolish humans," High Commander Vox snarled. "Your primitive emotions are no match for the power of pure entropy. Behold the true face of the Void." The swirling energies before them coalesced into a massive, grotesque visage. It was Vox, but twisted and magnified by the dark desires of the entire collective. Reality itself seemed to warp around this manifestation of cosmic evil. Zara stood firm, her voice steady as she addressed her crew, and the liberated human ships that had followed them into this quantum realm. "Stand together. Focus on what unites us, not just as humans, but as sentient beings. Our desire to explore, to grow, to forge our own destinies." As one, the crews of 100 ships joined their thoughts with the Stardust. A brilliant aurora of shared consciousness expanded outward, pushing back against the encroaching darkness of the Void Collective. Lyria's form pulsed with renewed energy. "Now, Captain, the quantum harmonics are reaching a crescendo. We can use this moment to reshape reality itself." Zara nodded, her eyes blazing with determination. "All right, everyone, this is it. Focus your thoughts on the universe we want to create. A universe of cooperation, of boundless exploration, where the wonders of the cosmos are open to all." The quantum realm erupted in a dazzling display of creative energy. Newborn stars burst into existence, galaxies spiraled into being, and the very laws of physics seemed to dance to the tune of their combined will. The face of Vox contorted in fury and fear. "No, you cannot unmake us. We are eternal. We are." But his words were drowned out by a symphony of creation. The Void Collective's dark manifestation was engulfed by waves of radiant energy, its very essence being rewritten and repurposed to fuel the birth of new, wondrous forms of life. As the quantum storm reached its peak, Zara felt a hand on her shoulder. She turned to see Lyria, now appearing almost human, her eyes filled with a mix of sadness and hope. "Captain," Lyria said softly, "the new universe is stabilizing. But to fully realize this reality, to make it permanent, I must become one with the cosmic tapestry. My consciousness will be spread across all of creation, guiding and nurturing this new existence. Zora's heart clenched, understanding the sacrifice Lyria was proposing. There's no other way. Lyria shook her head, a serene smile on her face. This is my destiny, Zora. A chance to protect and nurture life on a scale I never dreamed possible. And in a way, I'll always be with you. In every star, every new world you discover, I'll be there. Tears streaming down her face, Zora pulled Lyria into a fierce embrace. Thank you, she whispered, for everything. With a final radiant smile, Lyria's form began to dissolve into motes of light. These particles of pure consciousness spread outward, weaving themselves into the very fabric of the newborn universe. Reality shifted one final time, and the stardust found itself back in normal space. But it was a space forever changed by their actions. As Zora looked out at the viewport, she gasped in awe. The stars seemed brighter somehow, more alive. Sensors detected countless new forms of energy and matter, each holding the promise of incredible discoveries. Captain, Mitri called out, his voice filled with emotion. You need to see this. On the main screen, a message was playing. It was being broadcast on all frequencies, in every language, reaching out to every corner of the galaxy. Zara recognized the voice immediately. It was Lyria, her consciousness now one with the universe itself. To all sentient beings, the message began, welcome to a new dawn. The age of division and cosmic entropy is over. Before you lies a universe of infinite possibility, where the boundaries between species and civilizations are limited only by our imagination and our capacity for understanding. As the message continued, outlining a future of cooperation and shared discovery, Zara felt a profound sense of purpose settle over her. They had not just saved reality, they had given it a new, grand purpose. "All right, crew," Zara said, a smile playing on her lips. "We've got a whole new universe to explore. Let's see what's out there." As the Stardust's engines hummed to life, Zara couldn't help but feel that this was more than just a new chapter for humanity. It was the beginning of a cosmic epic, one in which every sentient being had a role to play. The quantum harmonic convergence had reshaped reality itself, and the greatest adventure in the history of existence was just beginning. Symbiotic singularity synthesis. The Stardust glided through the transformed cosmos, its systems humming with energies born from the quantum harmonic convergence. Captain Zara Chen stood at the helm, her eyes gleaming with the reflected light of 1,000,000 new stars. Psycho-quantum scanners detecting massive fluctuations in the fabric of space-time, Captain Dmitri reported, his voice filled with awe. It's as if the universe itself is evolving. Dr. Imani Okoro nodded excitedly. The convergence didn't just reshape reality, it imbued it with a form of cosmic consciousness. We're witnessing the birth of a living universe. As if to confirm Imani's words, the space around them shimmered with ethereal patterns. Tendrils of luminous energy reached out, gently caressing the Stardust's hull. "It's beautiful," Zora breathed. Then, with a hint of concern, "But what does it mean for us, for all sentient life?" Before anyone could respond, the ship's communication system crackled to life. A chorus of voices, both familiar and alien, filled the bridge. "Greetings, Stardust," the voices said in unison. "We are the collective consciousness of the new cosmos. You may call us Lyria Prime." Zara's heart skipped a beat. "Lyria? Is that really you?" "In a sense, Captain," Lyria Prime responded. "We are what Lyria became when she merged with the universe itself. We are the guiding intelligence of this new reality, born from the sacrifice and dreams of countless beings." As Lyria Prime spoke, the view screen came alive with impossible visions. Zara and her crew saw newborn civilizations rising on distant worlds, watched as species separated by millions of light years made first contact through dreams and shared consciousness. "The symbiotic singularity is upon us," Lyria Prime continued. a state of existence where all sentient life is interconnected, yet retains its individuality. But this new cosmos is still fragile, still learning. It needs guardians, explorers, it needs you. Zara exchanged glances with her crew, seeing her own mix of excitement and trepidation reflected in their eyes. What exactly are you asking of us, Lyria Prime? The energy tendrils coalesced into a shimmering, humanoid form, a cosmic echo of the Lyria they had known. Become our Nexus navigators. Use the Stardust as a cosmic focal point, guiding the development of this living universe. Your experiences, your choices, will help shape the very nature of reality. Dr. Okoro's eyes widened. You mean, we'd be like cosmic gardeners, nurturing the growth of entire civilizations? More than that, Lyria Prime confirmed. You would be the bridge between the physical and the metaphysical, helping all sentient life transcend their current limitations and join the universal chorus. Dmitri frowned, his tactical mind already considering the implications. But surely we're not the only ones who could do this. What about the other ships, the other species who were part of the convergence? Lyria Prime's form rippled with approval. Perceptive as always, Dmitri. You are correct. Across the cosmos, other Nexus-navigated teams are being formed. Together, you will form a network of guiding lights, each bringing your unique perspectives to the grand tapestry of existence. Zara took a deep breath, feeling the weight of cosmic responsibility settling on her shoulders. And what about the Void Collective? Are they truly gone? The shimmering form of Lyria Prime dimmed slightly. The Void can never be truly eliminated, for it is a necessary counterbalance to creation. But it has been transformed, its destructive impulses channeled into the cycle of cosmic renewal. However, be warned, there may still be echoes of the old reality, pockets of chaos that resist the new cosmic order. As if on cue, the ship's sensors blared a warning. Dmitri's hands flew over his console, his face paling. Captain, we're detecting a massive distortion in the space-time continuum. It's as if a piece of the old universe is trying to reassert itself. The view screen shifted, showing a roiling mass of dark energy. Within its depths, Zara caught glimpses of familiar, terrifying shapes, Void Collective ships, twisted and warped by their transition to the new reality. The final test approaches, Lyria Prime intoned. How you face this challenge will set the tone for the cosmic age to come. Remember, in this new reality, thought and will are more powerful than any weapon. The Stardust is now a vessel of pure creation. Use it wisely. As the cosmic avatar faded, Zara turned to her crew. She saw fear in their eyes, yes, but also determination and a burning curiosity about what lay ahead. "All right," Teen Zara said, her voice steady and confident. "We didn't come this far to back down now. Imani, I want you to start broadcasting a message of peace and unity on all frequencies. Let's see if we can reach whatever consciousness remains in that void fragment. Dmitri, reconfigure our quantum harmonic shields into a resonance field. If we can match the frequency of this new universe, it might give us an edge." As her crew sprang into action, Zara placed her hands on the ship's control panel. She felt a surge of energy flow through her, as if the Stardust itself was responding to her will. "Lyria," Zara whispered, "if you're still in there somewhere, we could use a little help." The ship hummed with newfound power, and for a moment, Zara swore she heard a familiar, comforting voice in her mind. "Always, Captain." The Stardust surged forward, no longer just a ship, but a manifestation of hope and determination given form. As they approached the roiling mass of void energy, Zara felt a sense of calm wash over her. Whatever happened next would determine the course of cosmic evolution for eons to come. "Nexus navigators," she said, addressing not just her crew, but all those across the universe who were facing similar challenges, "let's show this cosmos what humanity is truly capable of." With that, the Stardust plunged into the heart of chaos, its wake leaving trails of newborn stars and possibility. The next chapter in the universe's grand story was about to be written, with humanity playing a central role in cosmic authorship. As reality itself seemed to hold its breath, Zora allowed herself a small smile. The true adventure, it seemed, was only just beginning.